Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Healing in Gemini. Chelle is back, thank goodness, because last
Hey
week's episode
everyone.
was just me ranting and raving. So, Chelle, please don't ever leave me again.
I missed everyone so much, so I will not, I promise.
Okay,
It
perfect.
was a much well needed break, but I was super sad knowing that you were alone,
I was super sad as well.
especially for such a heavy topic. So I apologize that our schedules couldn't, work out, but
No.
I'm glad you made it through.
Thank
So,
you.
and here we are. Yeah.
And this week now, you get to share how our
Yeah.
last recording made you feel.
Yes. So when I last left everyone, um my brother's wedding had not happened yet. And before that, actually, so we recorded, I want to say like a day or two after, I ended up having a dream. My grandmother who passed, my dad's mom, was in the dream along with my dad and some other family, and we were kind of in like a church setting, and I went to hug my grandma, and she had a baby in each arm, and she just shook her head no at me, like she couldn't hug me, but her face kind of looked like sad that she couldn't. So it was like almost like she wanted to, but something was stopping her. And then I went to say hi to my dad, and he totally gave me the cold shoulder, like, don't even talk to me. And I ended up waking up crying from that dream, and did some muscle testing, and love unreturned emotion came up, and I started bawling even more because, like, I mean, I think it's kind of obvious in that dream that I didn't get the love that I was looking
Mm-hmm.
for, but also in reality, not just the dream. Like, I really reflected on it and was like, wow, like I really do feel like that often. Like, even in relationships where the person is actually like reciprocating love, it's almost like, I don't know, maybe I'm blocking that because I'm so used to just feeling like it's fake or like wanting it. But so I went through that. Um, and contemplated whether I was going to take my dad off of social media, just because every time I see something he posts, it upsets me because it's either something with, my other siblings or his other grandchildren now. One's a step grandchild, but whatever, grandchild nonetheless. And then one actual from his son, grandchild. So my brother's wedding, I did not go, and I saw a picture posted on Facebook of my brother's, I don't even know how old she is now, maybe like 6 months. Um yeah, the baby was in the picture with a beautiful gown. So it's not like you can say, oh, like the babysitter just had to like bring her or something. Like, she clearly was ready for a wedding. And I don't know, it hurt because I'm like, wow, my 11-year-old couldn't attend because no kids are allowed. But here's this, I'll say like 6-month old baby is at the wedding. And so I decided the day before my birthday that I am going to leave whatever upsets me that I can kind of like, actually get rid of and like not have it. I'm sure it'll trigger me regardless. So I don't know what kind of word to use, but regardless, before I turned a new age, I wanted to leave behind things that bothered me. So I blocked my dad, my stepmom, and all my siblings on social media. So now I don't have to look at them anymore.
That is such a huge step. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. That's what I was waiting to tell you. I figured this would be like the perfect spot for it because it really did feel good. And it hurt, at the same time, because it was kind of like, I'm not like, they're obviously not completely gone from life,
Mm-hmm.
but they are gone from social media life, which is great because, like, I don't know, it's annoying to keep something around that bothers you. Like, that just makes no sense. Like, if I'm always bothered by things he posts, well, what the hell am I even friends with him for on there? Like,
No, absolutely. And it's like, you know, you just removing that negative energy, like, even just from your daily life, like,
yeah.
you know, it's so, people think it's so small, but it's such a big thing because you're right. If it's affecting you in that sense, why, like, put yourself through it?
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. Like, I'm like, okay, so I can either continue to look at this and randomly be upset on a
Mm-hmm.
day that I was perfectly fine, or just completely remove it and I don't have to worry about that. So, ta-da, they're gone.
And I don't know if you like with me, sometimes when I see things that upset me, I feel like now I just overthink it the whole day. And I feel like it
And
kind of
that's what
ruins my whole
happened.
day.
It did, and I was pissed because, like I said, it was like maybe a day or two before my birthday,
Mm-hmm.
and my boyfriend took off from work, and we were doing a lot of like really nice little motorcycle adventure rides. He took me to a waterfall, to a store I had never been to and wanted to, which it was so funny. It was Trader Joe's, oddly enough. Like I'm so random. I had no idea what a Trader Joe's was, but I always heard people talk about it. And I'm like, I want to go so bad. And I wish that somebody was recording my face when we walked in because I was like, this is a grocery store.
But how much did you
And
leave with?
oh, a whole
Yeah.
bag. I ended up I ended up finding like a freezer, one of those freezer or insulated bags. It was
Mm-hmm.
super cute, really oversized. So we filled it with like all this delicious chocolate that I found, and I forgot what else. Oh, some like really cool looking drinks. And then as we were checking out, I ended up finding this really cool. I've never seen like a I guess it's a bag, but it kind of looks like a box. So it's like a box bag, I guess, but it had a moon on it and it was so adorable.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I looked at it, and as soon as it caught his eye, he was like, "Oh my God, babe, there's a moon for you. You need that. You need that." And I was like, "Oh, thanks for saying that. I do need it." So yeah, I totally ended up leaving with treasures, and we were on the motorcycle, so it was so funny because I'm like, how are we gonna like unpack this now to get it in the saddlebags? Like I did not think about it fitting when I was buying, but it ended up working out. And then we went to the Cheesecake Factory, which
Oh,
is another place I've
yum.
never been. Yeah, it was really good. I've never been, but I love cheesecake, and he couldn't believe that I'd never been there before. So it was a really nice day. That was my
Wow,
actual
I
birthday.
can't believe that you've never been there before.
Yeah, there's so many things that like I'm like, yeah, no, I've never done that. And people are like, what the hell? Where have you been? I'm like, I don't know. I don't think I've been here. Like in my own world, I guess, going absolutely nowhere but home. I don't know.
That is,
I don't know.
but
But
I'm happy that you had a good day and that like it was positive.
yeah, I'm really glad that I did that the day like before my birthday though, because I feel like I still, not that it turned it off from me being like bothered,
Mm-hmm.
but deleting them and blocking them like honestly felt like a weight off my shoulders. And like obviously I was upset because it's like now I have to explain to him if he even notices. I'm sure he's going to though, but like when he asks, I'm going to have to explain it, which is an awkward, like I hate talking to him because it's never like, it's always like you're dramatic or whatever. And so I've been kind of like overthinking how I'm going to like say why I did it, which I like, so I'm still thinking about it, which is annoying.
And then I feel
But
like,
not in a way where I'm like crying and upset. It's almost in a way of like, okay, like how do I want to like peacefully close this? And I
mm-hmm.
almost feel like in a sense that like once he realizes, I think that is going to be pretty much the end of our relationship. Like, he actually texted me on my birthday anyway,
Oh,
saying happy birthday and asking to take me to lunch. But I just told him whatever, I'm not free until whenever. And then he said, okay, you let me know. And I haven't spoken to him since. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know that I want to go out to lunch with him. Like,
no,
I
don't
don't
subject
know.
yourself to it.
Yeah, it's like, why? For what? And now I have to talk to you in person for you to
Mm-hmm.
ask me about it? Like, no. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with that. But I'm really happy that they're not on my social media anymore.
I'm happy that they're not on your social media anymore. But, even when you have that conversation, don't allow him to gaslight you, because
Yeah.
you stand your ground. You did it for you. It's triggering how they treat you, and, you're entitled to
I said that today
protect
too. I'm like,
yourself.
I'm like old enough now that like, how the hell are you still bothering me over this? Like, why? I should have like removed you so long ago. But it's hard when it's a parent. So I don't know. But I feel so good now that that step is at least
Mm-hmm.
over. So yeah, I'm really happy with my decision.
No, I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
And I feel like we kind of touched upon how our relationships with our dad kind of led us to the men we chose.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Michelle,
Yeah.
that was serious there.
Yeah. Cause it's so wrong. Like we're supposed to be like daddy's girls that are protected. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's awful.
Yes, absolutely. And I feel because of the lack of love we received as children, kind of led us into the arms of these narcissistic men. And just the rest is history. All the trauma was built, but that's okay because we're healing and that's fine.
Yeah.
But I did kind of want to touch upon that if you are okay with it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel like I did reflect on that too.
Mm-hmm.
After our last podcast together. And it's crazy to me because I never actually like sat there, I guess, and like thought about my choices in even like young boyfriends before my freaking jerk of a ex. But like, it's crazy because I can remember like high school, my first like boyfriend. We didn't even go to the same school. So that should have been like a heads up for me. But like, I've never been a cheater. So like, there was no like, I didn't have a problem not talking to other, you know what I mean? Like cheating on him because we weren't in the same school.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting cheated on by him too. And then I ended up with my ex in high school too, like right after, and cheated on the whole time. But it was always a gaslight situation because it would be like, you're crazy, like that didn't happen, you're making it up, like you're being dramatic. And then my ex was just everything. Like my poor kids are going through it with him like I went through it with my dad. Like one already cut him off and the other is on his way. I completely went into this huge cycle and I feel like I stuck around so long in it because I was honestly trying to prove my dad wrong. And it's crazy that like I allowed myself to go through so much trauma trying to, I don't know, get approval from other people, including my dad. Like, so when I was pregnant with my daughter, he actually took me out to eat, which is probably why I have freaking issues with going out to eat with him, honestly, because every time it turns into like something.
You mean your
Like,
dad?
it's, yeah,
Okay.
like it's never just like a way to like, I don't know, never just a nice visit. So anyway, when I was pregnant with my daughter, he told me I should have an abortion. And when I said I wasn't going to do that, which fine, whatever. I was very young. I was only 19. Say what you want, whatever. But I wasn't having an abortion. That wasn't I'm not doing it. And his answer really was, well, that's okay because the dads don't stay around past the age of 2 anyway.
He
So
did
you'll be a
not
single
say
mom.
that.
He did. And I feel like that stuck in my mind that I was like, no, like that's not how every family like that's not what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why would you say that? And he did leave my mom, like my mom and him separated. I think I was like 1. So he wasn't there past 2 either. But I really feel like that was so stuck in my head that I allowed myself to go through so much shit with my ex trying to prove like a family could stay together and I can just deal with it. Like I can deal with this. My family can stay together and yeah, like 20 freaking years I was with that piece of shit.
Oh, girl. You did
Yes.
stay. You're a trooper.
Yes. Yes. Almost 20 years. But like torture. And it was on and off, but more on than off. Like our offs would be like I don't know, a couple months. And I would always be the one that would like tell him to come back. And honestly, it was because when him and I were not together, he was not a father. And I wanted my kids to have a dad. I did not want them to be like me. That's not fair. So I would keep going back because if him and I were together, then he was in the house and the kids had their dad. A good dad? No, but they had a family, like the family was together. And that's how it's supposed to be. And I really allowed myself to be tortured trying to have this family for my kids. Like, I don't know.
But it makes sense because I feel like even when I look back on my experience, I also got with my ex-husband really young. I got married at 19, and I also stayed for a very long time. I stayed almost 10 years,
Mm,
and same thing. It was a lot of gaslighting, a lot of cheating.
mm-hmm.
Um, and to be honest, I kind of felt the same. Like I stayed I I don't know who I was trying to prove it to, but I it was kind of like I was also trying to prove something like no,
Yeah.
we got married young, but we're going to stay together forever because we're in love. And it's not that I
Mm-hmm.
didn't love him, it's just I got really tired of feeling like I was crazy.
Yeah. And it's so true because then it like I don't know for myself at least like I really did start questioning myself for
Oh,
some things
yes.
and even some things that like I saw with my own eyes and I would
Yes.
still allow myself to like be like no like there has to be another reason for
Another
that like it can't
explanation.
be yes like it can't be what I'm thinking like I'm just letting my mind go crazy it does that sometimes like I
Mhm.
totally had a reason every time.
And it's so sad
Mine
because
was
that's
physical even
gaslighting.
sometimes too. Yeah, like I will never forget the first time he ever laid a hand on me and it was like in the fucking movies because he literally, oops, sorry. I'm going to try and not do that word again. um it was like in the movies, like we're arguing, and I don't even remember what we were arguing over, but I just know that like he full like open-handed slapped me across the face as if he was slapping a man, and I fell back into the couch and I just looked at him like, "Did you really just hit me?" And he started those fake tears that they're so good
Oh,
at.
yeah.
And I'm so sorry. Like, I just got really worked up. Like, I didn't mean to hit you. Like, I don't want to hurt you. I'm so sorry. Yada, da, da, da. And he probably, like, didn't hit me again for, like, a little bit after, and I will be honest, there were some times where I totally was instigating him because I was that angry at that point that I was like, good, go ahead and hit me because I really want to fight you. So, but
Yeah,
I
but
always got
even
hurt
though
anyway.
you
Like,
said those things, that it doesn't give him the right to
no,
actually lay
yeah,
a
I
hand.
know. I know that now. But even at that time, I'm like, well, I asked for it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, even like my boyfriend is like, like, that's not how it works. Like,
Yeah.
you can have an argument and not hit someone.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely. And if you feel like you're gonna get to that level, it's walk away, you know? Slow down
exactly.
for a
Yeah.
second. Because anger is such a like my husband always says anger is just such an easy emotion to feel, and that's why people it's so much easier to just go
Act
to
upon
anger
it.
even though there's an underlying emotion that people are not really dealing with. But anger is
That's
just
so
so
true.
easy, so it's like I'm just gonna show my anger.
That's so true. I realized that about myself too. Like, I feel like there were so many times where I just had this like anger
Mhm.
inside of me. But then if I really sat down, and obviously I didn't like, I don't know, I didn't really know about healing or anything earlier on in our relationship. And I'm so happy that like I started and like found like just different things to like focus on myself and my mental health,
Mhm.
because I truly believe that that's how I ended up getting out of the relationship, because I like prayed for it and like worked really hard on it, trying to like heal parts of me that I was ignoring. And in doing that, I really did realize, like, wow, okay, I wasn't really just mad. I was extremely upset over this one specific thing that happened to me, like heartbroken, and instead turned to anger because it was so easy to just scream at him over it rather than try to cry and explain to him why he hurt me, because he doesn't give a shit why he hurt me. Like, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
He's not going to care. So I was finally like, okay, like I'm not just angry all the time. Like there are different feelings in there. So he's totally right by saying that. But you don't realize it, and anger is so easy. It's so easy to just snap on someone.
Yeah. And I think it's just because we're not taught how to deal with our feelings.
Yeah, totally.
I kind of had the same thing where I had to go to therapy because I legit felt like I was going insane, and I was like, I need someone to tell me that I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
And even my therapist, like when I kind of explained to her what was happening, she was like, okay, well, do you want to leave? And I was like, well, I don't know. And then she's like, well, it's not my job to tell you. She's like, it's my job to get you to a decision. But like going through the therapy, I finally realized like it's not me.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like that happened for me
mhm.
with my ex and my dad, because I ended up talking with a counselor, and she was like, you have signs of PTSD.
Mhm.
And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah. And I'm over here like, no way. PTSD is for like people that went to
Yeah,
war, like people, you know what
like
I mean? I'm like,
veterans.
there's no, yeah. I'm like, no, there's no way. And she was like, no, sweetie, like it happens in relationships too. Like, it's not just, it's not just about veterans. Like, it can happen to anyone. And she started explaining it, and I'm like, holy crap, like I do that, or that does happen to me, like certain things that she would bring up. And
And
not
everything
just
just
my,
started to click, right?
yes, and then she flipped it from my ex to my dad and told me about my dad being a narcissist. And I'm like, no shit. Like, I literally have been like dealing with this man my whole life, wondering what the hell? Like, what in the actual hell with him?
Mhm.
Like, there's no, like, it was always gaslighting. It was always, you're not good enough. It was always something. And yeah, her saying that, I was like, wow. And I ended up like writing him a letter and like explaining to him everything I felt. And that got nowhere, because that just got flipped around too, of course, because that's what they
I'm
do.
so shocked. So shocked, Michelle. It's
And
clearly your fault.
exactly. But it does feel really nice to be validated and see like, okay, I'm not just crazy. Like,
Absolutely. And full disclaimer to everyone listening, I'm not saying that I am perfect, but in
no,
this
not even
situation, it
close.
really was not me.
Yeah. I just said I totally instigated fights and wanted him to fight me. So clearly I am not 100% in the clear.
Yes.
I am definitely not perfect.
But no,
We can at least admit,
ex
though,
you know what?
like,
Yes. We can
yeah,
admit that we were wrong, whereas I feel like when I would approach him and be like, ABC was wrong, he'd be like, well, I did ABC because you did
yes.
DEF. And I'm just
Oh
like,
my
oh
God,
my
yes.
goodness. Like, I can
No
acknowledge that I
accountability
did more. Why
whatsoever.
can't you?
Exactly, exactly. I don't understand, but we won't understand
No.
because we're not like that. But I really would love to know their thought process on like why it's so hard to just truly take accountability for making someone feel some type of way and just apologizing and really trying to think about like, okay, well, how can I like not do that to them again, you know, like, or let me just walk away from this situation because I don't really love them and I don't want to hurt them, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah. No,
I would love
absolutely.
to pick their brain.
I literally got told, like, you think another man won't treat you this way? And in the
I
moment,
got told no man is going to want me because I have two children.
but you see, like, in the moment, I don't know how you felt, but even I thought was like, man, he probably is right. Like, probably,
Mhm.
yeah. So I already
Yeah.
know this situation, so why leave this situation for a potentially worse situation? And then
Yeah.
now looking back on it, I'm like, damn it, he was freaking gaslighting me again.
100%. I totally felt like you. And I got to the point though where I was like, you know what? I'd rather be single for the rest of
Mm-hmm.
my life than deal with this anymore. Like, I can't do this to myself anymore. Like, it's literally killing me inside. Like, it destroys you
Oh,
in so many
absolutely.
different ways.
Absolutely. I was like a shell of myself. And I knew
Mhm.
that, like, on the outside, I could fake it, but on the inside, I was so miserable. I was so depressed because I would put on a show for everyone else, but then I'd get
Yeah.
home and I'm like, my situation kind of sucks.
Mhm. I honestly would like I started just drinking wine every day. I would
Oh.
be done with work and I would go home and I would make the kids dinner. If he hadn't, this is while him and I were still together.
Mm-hmm.
Like he cooked all the time. Thank goodness cuz I did not want to be working all the time and coming home to cook when
Yeah.
he was there doing nothing. Um but yeah, I would like come home, be with the kids for a little bit, put them to bed, and go straight to the bathroom for a bath and wine. I would drink that whole freaking bottle of
Oh
wine
my gosh.
while I like cried myself or sung my lungs out, whatever kind of mood it was that day,
Yeah.
until I felt tired enough to just go to sleep so that I did not have to deal with him. It got really bad. And I was so proud of myself because after he left, I like stopped drinking. And he tried to throw that in my face too. Like, oh, you're an alcoholic now. And I'm like, you make me drink. And I thank you very much. I haven't had a drink since you left. And then he tried to tell me he turned into an alcoholic. And I'm like, well, there you go again, projecting your shit onto me.
I was just gonna
Like,
ask you, how did he react to that?
yeah. Like, the hell?
Because, Shell, it's your fault. Clearly.
Exactly.
It is clearly our fault.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, but no, it's so crazy and I'm so happy that even though we were triggered, I'm happy that we were able to move past it
Yes, me too.
because just I'll keep saying this probably till the day that I die. Healing is not linear. It is very cyclical at times and no one's perfectly healed.
Yes, 100%. And if they say they are, they're lying.
Don't believe them.
They're big liars. Oh, I think this was a great show and I missed
Oh
you.
my
I'm
God,
so
I miss
sorry.
you. Don't ever leave me alone again. But we will see everyone next week. Thank you for listening to us. We love you
Yes, thank you
all.
guys.
All right, love.
I
Bye.
want to see what we. Okay, bye.